गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Om. Dear friends, we have to now see 23rd shloka in the 3rd chapter. So we are in the context of a leader leading the people by his righteous actions. Somebody who is an important person in society, whatever he does, the rest of the people they follow. So that is the overall context. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha. He told in Arjuna, Krishna told in the earlier shloka, that is 21st shloka, whatever a great man does, all other people they do follow. Sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanu vartate. Whatever standard of behavior he sets up, other people also try to follow. And then in the next shloka he said, you take my own example. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. I have no, nothing to be done. And na anavaptam avaptavyam. Krishna being an avatara, he has nothing personal to aspire for, nothing which he does not have, nothing which he has to possess from outside. But still he is engaged in action only to be a model for others, only to guide others, only from the point of view of what he called loka sangraha, that is lokasya unmarga pravrutti nivaranam, that is holding people from going on a bad path. Unmarga pravrutti nivaranam, that is holding people from going on a wrong path. So that is what he said. So in the next shloka he is repeating the same. He is telling in different words. I will read out this 23rd shloka. Yadi yaham na varteyam jatu karmanyatandritaha mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. I repeat, yadi yaham na varteyam jatu karmanyatandritaha mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. So the meaning is same. That is, if I do not say in a tireless manner, atandritaha, in a very tireless fashion, if I do not say engage myself in action, all other people also they will follow me. So that is the meaning of this. Yadi hi aham na varteyam jatu karmanyatandritaha. Atandritaha means one who is not having any tiresomeness. Tandra means laziness. Tandra is tiresomeness, laziness. So atandritaha, that is in an untiring manner, one has to be engaged in work. So that is the meaning. We will now see the splitting of pada vibhajana, how the words split. Yadi, he plus aham. He plus aham. He is yasmat, connecting to the earlier shloka. He means because. Yadi hi aham na varteyam. Varteyam, another form also is there, varteya, vartevahi, vartemahi. That also is right. Varteyam also is used. Varteya, it can be varteya or it may be varteyam. Your book, if it says varteya, that also is right. Varteyam also is right. Varteya, vartevahi, vartemahi. That is, we have to function in a way, in this way, that is vartemahi. Varteya, I have to function in this way. Vartemahi, we have to function in this way. That is that vidhiling. So yadi hyaham na varteyam jatu karmani plus atandritaha becomes karmanyatandritaha. Mama vartma plus anuvartante. Vartma plus anuvartante. Manushyaha partha sarvashaha. They are all simple words, single words only. So let us see the connection. Yadi aham na varteyam. If I do not work, if I do not engage myself in action, so that is it. So here the verb is varteyam. Varteyam means I should work. Yadi hyaham na varteyam. If I do not work. Yadi hyaham na varteyam. Yadi aham na varteyam. If I do not work. Yadi means if, in case. In case, he is the first word, he, because means that it is connecting to the earlier shloka. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. Having said that, he says, because if I do not get engaged in action, all other people, they say follow me. So in that way that he connects to the earlier shloka. Yadi aham na varteyam, aham yadi na varteyam karmani. Kim kutra vartaniyam? Karmani means in action. Karmani is in saptami vibhakti. Karmani is in saptami ekavachanam. Karmani. So karmani yadi aham na varteyam. Katham कीदृशेन भवितव्यम अतंद्रितेन भवितव्यम that is atandritah. Tandra, as I said, is tandra means say some sort of laziness, dullness, tiresomeness, all put together. So atandritah, so in a very untiring manner, in a total, I mean without any sort of relaxation, without any sort of rest or anything. So in that manner, if I do not engage myself in action, then manushyaha is in the next line. Manushyaha means all the people. The second line, manushyaha mama vartma manushyaha sarvashaha anuvartante. Mama vartma means my path. Sarvashaha, manushya sarvashaha, all people. Manushyaha sarvashaha means all sides. Sarvatra, sarvashaha is sarvatra. Anuvartante, vartate is the root. Not root, verb. Vartate, vartante. Anu is an upasarga. Anuvartante means follow. Anu means follow. Vartate means he acts in a particular way. Anuvartate means he follows. Vartate changes its meaning by the addition of this prefix anu, that upasarga anu. So the basic point here is, whatever a great man does, all other people, they do follow. So that is why in Mahabharata the recurrent theme is dharma. The recurrent theme in Mahabharata is dharma, and a great man, he is supposed to set an example for all other people. So that is why there is one shloka in Yaksha Prashna. There is one episode called Yaksha Prashna. Yaksha Prashna means where say the brothers, out of the 5 brothers, 4 brothers, they go for water, and then they drink that water and then they fall dead. And then Dharmaraja also goes there to inquire as to what has happened to his brothers. After going there, he finds that all the people, they have taken water from that tank and then they are dead. So when Dharmaraja was about to take that water, one Yaksha appears and then he says, no, unless you answer my questions, you will die. So okay, now tell me, what are the questions? So there, Dharmaraja, that Yaksha puts a question about what is dharma. Dharma is something which is very, very difficult to define. And then whatever great people do, we have to follow. That is the greatest dharma, he says. Whatever great people do, we have to follow. That is the one great dharma. The shloka is tarkaha apratishtaha. Tarkaha apratishtaha. The shloka is tarko pratishta shrutayo vibhinna. Naiko rushir yasya matam pramanam. Dharmaraja's shloka, that is a very famous shloka. Tarko pratishtaha. Tarko pratishtaha means tarkaha apratishtaha. There is no stability in tarka. Stability means today I say this is the final thing. Tomorrow a slightly more intelligent man comes and say he defeats my argument and he says no, this is wrong, this is the rightest argument. Somebody else, more intelligent man, comes and then he will say this is the right, this is a more correct argument. So that way tarka is apratishtaha. All these arguments, they end nowhere. All the arguments, they end nowhere. Apratishtaha means there is no stability, there is no finality about it. Shrutayaha vibhinnaha. All these shrutis, they are also so many diverse. Shrutayo vibhinnaha. Naiko rushihi yasya matam pramanam. Naiko rushir yasya matam pramanam. So there is not one single rushi whose word you can take it as the gospel truth. Naiko rushihi yasya matam pramanam. You may believe, that's a different thing. You may believe even in some falsehood. But then that cannot be the standard, that cannot be the truth. Naiko rushihi yasya matam pramanam. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. So the meaning is, the nature of this dharma, the reality of this dharma is something which is in your own conscience. Guha, buddhi guhayam, in your own conscience. So your own conscience is the dharma. So whatever your conscience says, that is what is dharma. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. The last line says, Mahajano yena gatassa pantha. Mahajano yena gatassa panthaha. Actually, panthaha is the word. Mahajano yena gatassa panthaha. So, whatever the great men do, whatever path or whatever code of conduct, whatever way he has conducted himself, that is what is dharma. So, that is what say Dharmaraja answers. And of course, there are so many questions in that passage. And Yaksha is pleased. And then again he brings back all those brothers to life. So that is that episode. So the point is, the dharma is one very, very recurrent theme in Mahabharata. And of course, we know that Gita is part of Mahabharata. So that is why this conduct of good conduct, the standard behavior, this is always talked about. So this shloka is Yadi hi aham navarteyam. So the Anvaya, if you see, he, that is Yasmat, Yadi jatu means ever, if ever, Yadi jatu navarteyam, if I do not engage in action, where karmani in what manner, atandritaha means not at all displaying any laziness or anything, then what will happen? Mama vartma anuvartante manushya sarvashaha. Mama vartma is my path. Manushya sarvashaha, all people, anuvartante, they will follow me. So that is what is this particular shloka. Is there any other point in this shloka? I think this is clear. Then the next shloka is also Krishna is elaborating. Krishna is further explaining. Utsideyu rime lokaha nakuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imah prajaha. I repeat. Utsideyu rime lokaha na kuryam karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imah prajaha. So here again the overall meaning is, if I do not say perform this action, of course Lord Krishna is not in that karma yoga level. He is in that jnani level. After all, he is avatara himself. The Lord himself is there. So Lord, we can't say that Lord Krishna is doing karma yoga like Arjuna. He is prescribing karma yoga to Arjuna for the sake of Chitta Shuddhi. So Krishna is not in that level. Krishna is a perfect jnani. So that is why we call him Jagat Guru. So, but even then, even while being a jnani, he is doing all these things in the interest of the society, in the interest of loka sangraha. So that is why he is saying, ime loka. So the overall meaning is like this: if I do not do work, all these worlds will perish. They would perish, and I would be the cause for this collapse. I would be the cause for this chaos. Sankara means this sort of confusion. Sankara actually means a sort of confusion. I will be responsible for this confusion, and then I will be destroying the the people. I will be destroying the people means by doing all types of works, by doing all types of wrong deeds. They will fight among themselves. And they will perish. So that is the meaning. So if there is a fixed course of action, if all the people follow a fixed code of conduct and fixed behavior, then the social order will be there. If there is no fixed conduct, then they will quarrel they will fight among themselves, and each man will say, my path is the right path, and then they will collapse. So that is why he says, Sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imah praja. I would be responsible for the destruction of human race. So that is what he says. So let us see the words. Utsideyuhu, Utsideyu rime lokaha, Utsideyuhu ime, plus lokaha. In the shloka that visarga may not be there, Utsideyu rime loka na kuriyam karma chedaham. But here, once you break the words, we have to put lokaha. Na kuriyam karma chet plus aham chedaham. Karma chet, na kuryam chet, aham na kuryam chet, evam bhavishyati. Aham karma na kuryam chet, evam bhavishyati. So that is what he is saying. If I do not do, this is going to happen. Then what is going to happen? Aham sankarasya karta syam. I would be. Syam. Syam again is vidhilinga. Asdhatu. Asti. Syam. Syam. Syatam. Syam. Syatam. that thing is there. Syuhu is say tritiya, say third person. Syam is first person ekavachanam syam. Syat syatam syuhu, that is the first, the prathama vibhakti. Syam is the uttama purusha. Uttama purusha is first person. So sankarasya cha karta aham syam. Then upahanyam imah prajaha. Upahanyam iyam imau ime, sorry, imaha. Iyam imau imaha. Praja shabda is a strilinga. Praja, though we are referring to all people, praja, the word praja is in strilinga. So that is why imah prajaha. Iyam imau ime imaha. Imam iyam ime imaha. So that is imaha prajaha. Praja is strilinga bahuvachanam. So imah prajaha aham upahanyam. Upahanyam means I would be destroying, I would be the cause of destruction. So that's the meaning. So let us see the words. So ime lokaha utsideyuhu. Ut plus sida dhatu, sada dhatu. Upanishad also we have the same word. Upa plus ni plus sad. Sada means to sit. Visharana gati avasadaneshu. So that is one thing. Sada, normal meaning of sada is to sit. Sidati. Prasidati, the meaning differs. Upa plus ni plus sad, the meaning differs there. So that is how utsideyuhu. That is, they are going to perish. Utsideyuhu ime lokaha. These lokaha. Ayam imau ime. Ayam imau ime means these lokas, all these worlds, all the people, let us say. Yadi aham na karma kuryam. Yadi aham na karma kuryam ime lokaha utsideyuhu. If I do not do my work, means this duty of say enforcing social order. Lord Krishna is himself performing a particular dharma, and then he is ensuring that all other people also perform dharma. So that is the point here. Aham karma na kuryam chet. Na kuryam chet means if I do not do. If this yadi is the same as chet. Aham na karma kuryam chet. In other words, yadi aham na karma kuryam. So yadi is the same as chet. If I do not do karma. Yadi aham na karma kuryam. Otherwise, aham na karma kuryam chet. Kim bhavishyati? Aham sankarasya karta syam. Sankara literally means mixture. So in the first chapter, Arjuna was talking about the mixture of various say varnas and whatnot, varna sankara and whatnot. We can take it as that, varna sankara, or we can take it as this a sort of confusion in dharma, a confusion in roles. What sort of role a person has to do? Say for example, Arjuna being a Kshatriya, he wants to do the duty of a Brahmin, that is bhikshatanam, etc. Bhikshatanam is going for begging. So begging was allowed only for Brahmins. It was not allowed for all other people. So like that, Sankarasya cha karta syam. I would be the cause for all this mixture of say varnas and the collapse of social order. And then imah prajaha, all these people, upahanyam, upa plus hana dhatu. Hana means to beat, to hit. Upahananam kuryam. Upahanyam means upahananam kuryam. Kru dhatu again. Kru dhatu kuryam means I would be doing. Kuryam. I would be doing that. So kuryat, aham kuryat, saha kuryat, aham kuryam. So that way, upahananam kuryam. So prajaha is dvitiya bahuvachanam. Upahananam kuryam. So imah upahananam kam kasya upahananam. Ima prajaha. Prajaha is again in dvitiya bahuvachanam. Pratiyam prajaha. Prathama bahuvachanam also is same. Dvitiya bahuvachanam also is same. Rama rame ramaha. He rama he rame he ramaha. So ramaha dvitiya, like that dvitiya bahuvachanam. Here also prajaha is dvitiya bahuvachanam. He rame he rame he rame he rame he ramaha. Rama rame ramaha. He rame rama he ramaha. What is that second word? Rame. Second, dvitiya. Not he rame, ramam, rame, ramaha. Yeah, sorry. Dvitiya is ramam, rame, ramaha. So that is prajaha. Prajaha is in Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. So,
what is the extra meaning added with this upasarga of upa to the hanyam?
Upahanyam. There is no extra meaning. Upahananam. Hananam and Upahananam, there is no separate, there is no change in the meaning. They need not necessarily change. Sometimes it supports the root meaning. Like pra. Pra, it supports the meaning. Yujyate, prayujyate. Pra actually supports the say original meaning of that dhatu. So here upa also, here it is not changing any meaning. Upahananam kuryam. Upahanyam, upahannam kuryam. That is upahatim kuryam, upahati, upahananam, all one and the same. So that is what is this shloka. So the basic point is, if the leader does not perform his duty properly, all other people will also follow, and then there will be a total disorder. If people do not follow a particular path, there will be a disorder. So that is the point here. So we will continue next.